on either Black Friday or Cyber Monday, I can't remember which, I did some shopping at e.l.f. because everything on the website was 50% off. So I decided to pick up a couple of things that I had heard about, some things that I already knew I liked, and some things that just looked interesting. So to begin, I got 2 waterproof eyeliner pens in the color black. And these are just some felt tip eyeliner pens. I've used these before and I really liked them. And I believe they were only $2 normally, so they were $1 on the website. These are probably my favorite eyeliner pens, my favorite felt tip eyeliner pens that I've ever tried. I've finished one completely and I've done like a bunch of other different kinds, and these have remained my favorite through that. They just work really well and the color's good, and I don't know if you can see my dog right now, but he's right here. I also picked up 2 of the e.l.f. Studio Makeup Remover Cleansing Cloths. These were also really cheap. They only ended up being like $1.50 or something like that. I've heard that they don't like sting your skin or burn your skin when you use them, which I've actually had problems with, like the Yes to Blueberries ones burn my under eyes especially, and I've heard they work pretty good. They're also good for like cleaning up your makeup station, so I decided to try them out and I got 2 packs because they're super cheap. I then picked up a moisturizing lipstick, and this is the color Blackberry. I'd also got another one that was like Bordeaux or something like that, and I got this in the mail and it turns out that it had been out of stock, and so they canceled it and just refunded the price, which was lame because they only ended up being like $1.50. I think they're $3 normally, and it was only $1.50. So I will swatch this for you. So it turns out really sheer. Like, it's really creamy. It doesn't feel like a balm or anything like that, but it's very sheer looking, which I did not expect. I expected it to be very opaque with how dark it is. It smells like vanilla, so that's nice. That's a definite plus. I prefer when makeup smells like vanilla. So it is a really pretty color. It's just, you know, a dark purple, like a eggplanty plum color. And I can't tell if it's patchy or just sheer, so I haven't worn it on my lips yet, but I'll have to let you guys know how that actually applies, because here it's definitely kind of patchy. I also got the Classic Lip Exfoliator. They had 2 other scents. They had a mint and another one, I think maybe like a rose or cherry or something. I think it was pink. But this is just the plain one, and it's clear, and I don't know if I'm going to swatch it. I don't really know if that's going to do anything. I've heard mixed results. I've heard some people really, really like it and it's like changed their life. Then I've heard that it's like really rough for some people, but I have extremely chapped lips, so I think it'll be okay. It also smells like vanilla. Finally, I got 2 different eyeshadow palettes. They're normally $10 each, so I got them each for $5. So I got the Mad for Matte palette and the Need It Nude palette. And these are both, I believe, 10 pan eyeshadows, so they're really little. Like, you can tell they're much smaller than a classic eyeshadow palette that you get from like Urban Decay or Kat Von D or the Lorac Pro palette. They're all like about this big, which is about twice the size of these ones. And those ones are about double the amount of pans. These ones are only 10 normally. Those are around 20-ish. So here's the Need It Nude, and I'm going to swatch all of these. This one is a combination of shimmers and mattes and sparkly ones. So there's a bunch of different finishes. They feel really nice, like very creamy. Here's the first 4, and look at, they're really pigmented. Okay, so I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see the swatches. A white creamy color. And this one, it's, hopefully you can see it, it's a little bit powdery, a little bit patchy. This is like 2 or 3 swipes, so you definitely have to layer it a little bit to get the pigmentation. The second one is a champagne color, and it's really pretty, but again, it's really pale and you have to do a couple swipes to build up the opacity. Then we have a gold, and this is just a true gold, and this one actually was only 1 swipe and it really had a lot of color. I think you can probably see that it's really, really opaque. Then there is a light pink, and this one, like the white, had to do a couple swipes to build it up. And then after that, all of the other ones are only 1 swipe each. So these ones, the last 6, are extremely pigmented and buttery and smooth and just overall great quality and totally worth the $5 that I spent. They would probably be worth the $10 if I hadn't got them on sale as well. So there is kind of a rose gold color that's really pretty. and then a bronze, and then the last 4 are dark browns. This one is pretty neutral and it's shimmery, and then we have a matte that's also pretty neutral, a cool toned sparkly dark brown, and then another pretty neutral dark brown. And one thing I like about this palette is that there aren't any blacks. So I never use black, and that seems to be the trend of the darkest color in a neutral palette being black. And I just hardly ever use black because it always ends up too dark on me, and I'm just so fair that it doesn't seem to work out. So I prefer dark browns, but I can hardly ever find a dark brown that's this dark but still obviously brown. There's also a nice little mirror, and I really appreciate that. I hate it when palettes don't have mirrors because then I have to use another mirror, I'm holding 2 things at once, I'm trying to maneuver the brush as well. It's just a pain, so I definitely appreciate that it has a mirror. Then I have the Mad for Matte palette, and I'm going to swatch that on this side of my arm. So this one has a little bit more of a variation of colors. There's some creams, some pinks, some nudes, and a gray, and then I think this one does have a black. There's also like a purpley eggplant shade in here. Okay, so hopefully you're able to see these. My swatching game is very off right now. So the first 2 colors you can barely even see. They're right here. So there's a nude right here. Can you even see my face anymore? Probably not. There's a nude right here that's like almost the exact same color as my skin tone. Then right next to it is a light pink that's basically my skin tone but a little bit pinker. However, the pink, it's a really nice baby pink. It'll look really pretty on the eyes, but on my arm it blends in so well you can barely even see it's there. Then there is a caramely brown and then kind of a mauve-y color, which is actually really pretty. I like this one a lot. This one's one of my favorites in the whole palette. Then a really warm reddish brown, a dark kind of neutral chocolatey brown, a brown that looks almost mauve in the pan, but it looks less so on my swatch, and then a dark warmer brown that looks purple in the pan and looks brown in the swatch. Then a gray, and then of course just a black. And this one actually does have the black, but it's a pretty nice one. It's not too pigmented, so it's not gonna be like overwhelming on my skin tone. So overall, I think that e.l.f. has a really great line. They're very high quality, especially for how low their prices are. I mean, these palettes are normally only $10, and if you can get them for cheaper, then I say absolutely go for it. Honestly, I have other drugstore palettes. I have just the Maybelline The Nudes palette, and I think these ones are much better than that, and I believe they're both 10 pan palettes. The Nudes might be 12. But I think these ones are much better. I think the quality is great. I think the color selection is amazing. They're all colors that I would wear. So I think for a drugstore palette, definitely pick up the mattes because they're such a huge trend right now, and you don't necessarily need to get like the Kat Von D palette, the Shade and Light palette, because they're all nudes, but I would say pretty much a good selection of those colors in that, you know, $50 palette are in this $10 one. I already know that I love the eyeliners, and the only thing that I'm really iffy about is this lipstick because it is really patchy, and I hope I didn't just wipe it on myself because the color is like almost gone, and I don't know if that's me or if that's how the lipstick wears, but I'm really worried that I like got it on my clothes. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this haul / mini review and swatches. If you did enjoy, give us a big thumbs up and hit subscribe. It would really help so much. Let me know if you have some of the lipsticks already, or if you've tried any of these products in general, and tell me what you think about it in the comment section down below. Also, if you want to watch the last video, then go ahead and click that box over there. And if you want to watch the one before that, go ahead and click that box over there. Alright, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.